truth buttons available for truthing. It's a good jam. We'll bring it back later. I don't want the swell superior beats to affect the truth. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. Analog Jones here. Truth maker. Conspiracy theorist is the name they gave me. I don't acknowledge that term. That's just what that lamestream media wants to tell you. Those dirty digitals. I tell you right now, they make me sick. Because they don't want you to know the truth. And that's all that I want. I want you to have the truth. If you don't have it, then what do you have? You have zero truth. I thought that was zero. Anyways, we've got some important stuff today. Some really big stuff to go over. I hope we have enough time. It's possible that we may not. We're fighting it as best we can. The digital Illuminati. That's what we're fighting up against these days, folks. They're all over the place. We've talked about Tip Top. We've talked about Bill Logic Gates. Yeah. And we talked about the Inside Edition Mole Monster Man algorithm. Yes. Invented the internet, he says. But we talked earlier about NASA, or what we call NASA now. It had a different name back then. So top secret, we haven't been able to get confirmation on it. They were working on, as we explained, secret experiments in the drop. There was the space race that we called it the space race. This is the drop race. It was incredible stuff, folks. But I want to get to some of the more incredible experiments, the things that didn't work, things that people were not aware of, that I didn't think they were aware of. Some stuff that's a little scary. Let's be honest, folks. This is not the history that you were told on your television sets or in your printed books or your history teachers. They didn't tell you this story. It wasn't their fault. They didn't know either. They were helpless pawns. Exactly. They knew nothing. They didn't have the kind of tools that we have now. One of my favorite tools is the Brain Pump Pro. Have you seen this? The Brain Pump Pro works at an incredible level. Now, I've seen other types of brain pumps out there, but theirs isn't as powerful as the Brain Pump Pro. I'm going to tell you one of the magic things that it does. Half the amount of brain pumping that you expect with any other brain pumps out there. That's right. I'm pumping my brain for like 1-2 minutes instead of the usual 5 to 10 that you're used to. I don't have time for that, do you? I can't pump my brain like that. And for the really busy people out there, if you don't have the time, you can also get the Brain Pump Pro. This is the Swedish version, folks. All the way from across the pond, as they say. But it's written all in English. That's the good part. You don't have to be worrying too much about it. But the Swedish Brain Pump Pro, fantastic device. I use it constantly. Larry uses it. Jerry uses it. My kids use it. They love the Brain Pump Pro. They yell, "Daddy, Daddy, can I have more Brain Pump Pro?" And I'm like, yes, here, try the Swedish one. My youngest loves the Swedish the best. Now, getting back to what we were discussing, it's really what's getting scary, folks. The secret NASA experiments that have been basically under our noses the whole time. They won't tell us that. They'll call it something else. I mean, people have been studying, the Area 51. Yeah, whatever. We all know those stories. Secret synth technology discovered there from the aliens. But I'm not going into that yet. No. No, we need to get into something a little more, that part of history, like I said, that your teachers didn't tell you. They didn't think you knew about. They didn't want you to know, because they didn't know, you know? They said no. Or no. They said they weren't aware. But I am. And I'm going to tell you right now, people, there's some very, very dark stuff in history. Let's start off with one of the greatest moments in history. One of the darkest moments. One of those moments that everyone remembers in infamy. From here to eternity, it's a constant reminder of man's hubris, of man's arrogance, man's inability to harness nature the way that man wants. Man tries, man fails. Man go home, man cry. Weep for a long time. That's right, folks. We're talking about an incident in history that some people find that could have been avoided if they'd used the new, I'm not wearing it right now because I'm getting mine engraved, but the new CV bracelets. These CV bracelets are incredible. They lower your pH balance for all your brain cells. That's right. You wear these bracelets, you can wear it on your wrist, you can wear it on your ankles, you can wear it on your neck. If it fits, you might have to put some links in there, but it doesn't matter. These CV bracelets are fantastic, folks. I've got 9 of them at home, different colors, for different types of jackets that I'm wearing, or different shirts, or when I'm trying to look fancy, I've got the nice stainless steel one. They're fantastic. These CV bracelets, they're designed basically to lower your pH. Science has been aware of this for ages, that if you lower your pH balance for your brain cells, you're going to play better. Stevie Wonder has known this technology for years. That's why he plays so good. You think he's talented? Think again. It's because he's got these special CV bracelets, and you might be able to play just as good as him. Think about that sometime when you're looking for your type of bracelets out there. Go on the website, SynthFoWARS.com. Click on the link that says subscribe. Then click on the other link that says email verification. And then fill out the are you a robot? Because we don't want any robots, folks. And then after that, you'll get an email in about 2 to 3 minutes. If you haven't gotten it yet, check your junk mail folder. Once you get in the junk mail folder, or you clear it out, you'll get it. You'll click on the link. Now, it does have pop-ups, so you're going to have to disable pop-ups on your browser to allow it to pop up. Otherwise, it won't work. It won't capture the information that you need. But you go in there. You'll click on that link. It'll bring it up. The pop-up comes up. You fill out that special code that you got in the email. And the last 4 letters of your first pet's last name. Could be your name, all right? Most people, they name their pets the same as their last name, but some don't. And that's noted in that email verification form. So you enter that in, the numbers, and it's really simple. So the numbers, and then the email verification, and then your 4-letter code. That will take you to the site. Then you'll go in, and you'll scroll down, and there's plenty of products there on the SynthFoWARS site. You'll scroll down. you'll see the CV bracelets, and you'll see all the different colors. Go ahead and just click on the Add to Basket. Now, that's going to take you to a different site. That's going to take you to our PayPal portal. Now, that's going to open up separately. And again, you're going to have to disable pop-ups. So, well, you got to allow them. So, an easy thing I like to do is hold down the Control, Shift, and the tilde, and then the Windows key and the ampersand, and then and the right mouse click button. You hold that button combination down. That will allow the window to pop up, and then you'll enter in your PayPal information. That'll take you to PayPal site. It'll confirm your purchase. Then it'll take you back to our site. And then, now if you're going to be paying with Apple Pay, there's a whole other process. But we only have so much time. Speaking of which, I should probably get back to the real truths here about that fateful night. You can find yourself on the website yourself. So that fateful night, that fateful moment of man's hubris is the ever-famous Titanic. That's right. There was supposed to be an effect that came in. It was like a thunder sound. But where is Larry? He's gone. All right, he's not. It's not going to happen. It was pretty dramatic. Oh, never mind. So the sinking of the Titanic. Let's talk about it, folks. Let's get the real story out. Like I said, this isn't the story that you've heard in your textbooks, in your lamestream media that the digitals tell you about. This isn't that. Passive tourist, how's it going? Hope you're having a good time. I hope you can determine whether or not you are stoned. That's often a challenge. I understand. It is the Ouroboros, isn't it? The serpent eating its tail. Speaking of tales, the tale of the Titanic is a tale that you didn't know. You were told wrong, that tale. Let's go over the facts. Hungry enough to eat your own arm? That's good news. My favorite meal is a potato steak sandwich. Have you tried it? It's incredible. So you get a baked potato, right? And you cut it in half, and then you put the either ends on either side of the steak, and you eat it. This way you get the steak grease off your fingers, and you get those starches that you need, and it's delicious. You can put other things on it. I go crazy. Salt, pepper, A1, sometimes if it's bad steak. Maybe a little Dijon. But it's sometimes bacon wrapped. Have you done that? Have you done the bacon wrapped potato steak sandwich from Arby's? They don't have it. That's why. They don't have it yet. They wish they did. They'd like to have it. They're probably going to steal it from me. Since I'm not a real person, I have very little legal standing in this jurisdiction. That does sound good, doesn't it? With some mushrooms, sauteed mushrooms. Put some butter on that. Make it a tender steak, too. Hell, just slice it up. Slice it up like a Philly cheesesteak. Put a Philly cheesesteak inside the potato. Potato Philly cheesesteak stuffed. You take that. Put that in the frozen food aisle. I'll buy it. You know, one thing they don't have that I wish they would have in the frozen food aisle or any of these grocery stores, something I really like to take, as the digital colloidal Mercury supplement. Have you tried these, folks? You can get on the website. I went over a little bit on how to get into the main part of the store. We'll pick up more about how to cash out and whatnot later. But I'm telling you, Folks, this Colloidal Mercury supplement is incredible. If I had a before and after picture, you would be astonished at the amount of how much healthier I look, how much stronger I look, how much more handsomer I look. I looked at the picture of me after and I was like, that's a handsome man right there. That's a handsome man. I looked a long time. That's a handsome man. He was. He's a handsome man. So you take the digital colloidal mercury supplements. You take them twice in the morning and once before a big meal, and then 2 more times right before you go to bed. Usually I like to take that like right as I'm falling asleep. I have like a little dropper, like what you'd get a cat. I just and then I like choke on it a little bit, but it goes down. Your gag reflex is your friend there. And but you take those, and I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be really beautiful. These are beautiful pills from beautiful people, sold to beautifuler people that are going to be beautiful once the pills are ingested and taken. Now, there have been some side effects, but these aren't medicine. So the FDA makes me say that, just to be clear. Also, to be even more clear, mercury is a poison. The lamestream media tells you that. But I find I'm fine. You know, I haven't died yet, so it can't be that bad. I have lost vision in my left eye, and my poop looks like the Terminator 2. But I will tell you right now, I am healthy as an ox. I could fight an ox right now. If the fox was, or that I said fox, didn't I? Ah, I'm healthy. I could fight a fox, definitely. They're like little dogs. I had to have a weapon. I got off topic again, folks. Sorry. Just got to mention these incredible products that are out there on SynthFoWARS.com that you can get. But we're talking about the Titanic. We're getting through this incredible story that a lot of people have been lied to about. A lot of misinformation has been put out about the Titanic. A lot of people have been told that an iceberg sunk it. They've had a hard time proving that. They could never decide what's it. People went down, they looked and looked and looked. They kind of figured out maybe it was an iceberg. But you look at ancient Titanics on the internet, and there's another story there. One thing you can see is that the Titanic is completely split in half. What splits a boat in half? What could bifurcate a nautical vessel of that size, of that magnitude? What kind of thing? I don't see how a piece of ice could do it. It baffles me. Anyone who knows better knows ice can't do that. He couldn't cut it in the mid-90s with his second album. He definitely couldn't cut the side hull of the SS Titanic. What? Different ice. Oh, baby. Well, it definitely wasn't an iceberg, I'll tell you that. That's a story. That's a story that the media tries to sell to you. It's all fake. It's all fake, folks. It's not true. None of it's true. There was never any iceberg. How does that make any sense? The ocean is filled with salt. Wake up, people. Salt doesn't freeze. Have you tried to freeze salt water? Doesn't work. So how could an iceberg be there? Come on. Just take some common grade school science to defeat that. I'll tell you too, whenever I'm trying to defeat a difficult problem and I just run out of stamina, you might have those times yourself where you've had a hard day and you come home and you just want to fix something very simple and you just want a quick win. You just want a quick troubleshoot and it's over. And for me, after a long day in the office, I'm just too tired and I can't stay awake. So what do? And I just can't perform. I can't perform the troubleshooting that I want. And no one's happy. They're not happy in the house. They're not happy in the bedroom. No one's happy without me troubleshooting. So what I take is something very special, folks. You got to try it out. It's called Mountain Goat Juice. Mountain Goat Juice. Go to the SynthFoWARS website. Click on the link. Verify your account. Go through the email verification process. Put that in your cart. Go to the PayPal site. Come back to our shopping cart. Re-verify your account. Get the email verification process for your card. Contact PayPal. Tell them it's okay, that it's not a scam. Once that verification process is over, we'll mail it out to you. It's the best, folks. I'm telling you right now, I drank 3 bottles of this Mountain Goat Juice for extended troubleshooting, and I'm telling you, I can't stop troubleshooting. I troubleshooted all night last night. I was up till 7, 8 in the morning troubleshooting. I just couldn't stop. My wife left me because I was troubleshooting too much. Can you believe this, folks? She said, you troubleshoot too much. And I just looked up and was like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of my troubleshooting. And then I took a big swig of my Mountain Goat Juice. It's not this. This is Dr. Pepper, but it's almost the same thing. And for $49.95, you can get this, folks. And you can get, if you order now, you can get the special Goat Juice Deluxe Pack. This comes with a regular size 1 liter bottle of Mountain Goat Juice, plus little tiny bottles that you can take with you on the plane. That's right. Now you won't have that problem getting stopped when you're going through the invisible synth scanners, the naked synth scanners, looking for synthesizers in your bags. We know what that really is about. We all know the FFA is scanning there, but you can sneak on a couple of bottles of your favorite energy drink, Mountain Goat Juice. Well, it's more than an energy drink. It tastes like an energy drink, but here's the thing, folks. It doesn't require any refrigeration, doesn't require any care, doesn't require anything at all. You can just crack that can open like you would a beer and just crap it and shotgun that thing. I shotgunned too right before I came on. It's good stuff, folks. Get it on the website, SynthFoWARS.com. Don't forget that website, SynthFoWARS.com. That's SYNTHFO Wars. WARS, just in case you're not sure. .com. Real stuff there, folks. Okay. We were talking about the Titanic. Getting to that tragic part in history. The lies that you've been told. The fake stories. Well, I'm here to tell you the real story, folks. The real story that they didn't want you to talk about. So for starters, let's talk about where it came from. The UK. Yes. Go to SynthFoWARS.com right now, or AnalogJones.com right now. It'll take you to the hub, to a hub. I don't know. I had it direct to a specific hub. But yes, you can go to SynthFoWARS right now. The Titanic left from the UK. So we know that England, after World War II, they were very grateful. So we started working with them more. Our relationship's better. And we started talking to them about the drop technology. You see where this is going, folks. You see what's up. I think you know what's going on now. So, England was working on this special type of drop technology. And the U.S. was going to further develop it. That was the plan. They were going to pick it up in New York, transfer it to their secret base in Area 52, start doing experiments. That was the plan. That was the plan all along. But that plan was lost at sea, wasn't it? It was lost at sea. You know, speaking of the sea, I really love our SynthFoWARS site has a Salacious brand selections of different types of sea salts. One of my favorites is Samuel's Salisbury sea salt, as well as Sally's Superior sea salt, sold separately wherever sea salts are sold while supplies last. These Superior sea salts are the sea salts that so many truth seekers really seek. So I highly recommend go to the site, get the Sally sea salt of superior quality, or try the Salisbury sea salt from Samuel. Don't forget, Samuel Salisbury sea salt is the real sea salt, or Samuel Salisbury sea salt is no salt. Now, the Titanic was carrying a very massive package. You notice in the diagrams, it's huge. There's the engine room. We'd have the pictures, but I can't bring them up right now. Which had the engine room, but then there was a very large cargo hold. None of the passengers were there. There was no boarding areas or anything like that. It was just a giant empty spot. Couldn't even get into it. What was inside of that? It's kind of near the the side where that crack was. Where the iceberg hit it. Yeah. Come on. Ice in the sea. Sea salt. Come on. Got a little flustered there. But here's the truth, folks. They were transferring one of the biggest drops ever constructed up until that time. They put it on the Titanic. They were going to bring it to New York. But something went wrong. Something went terribly wrong. And the drop dropped the Titanic to the bottom of the ocean, making it one of the greatest drops ever. A lot of people died. It was a great tragedy. A lot of precious antiquities were lost as well. Lots of movies made. Lots of money made from those movies. So I guess it's like even? Maybe? I don't know. I'm not the scorekeeper in this universe. I'm just a truth maker. Going there, looking for truths, making them for you. So that's the story that they didn't tell you on the Discovery Channel, that they did make a movie about. When that Titanic left, they were carrying the most dangerous thing ever. Something they couldn't handle. I mean, now we have the technology to handle drops like that. You see them all the time in the EDM concerts. They're dropping it like mad. But back then, they couldn't contain that kind of drop. So when it ran down, it dropped, blew a hole, just ripped the ship right in half. And if you... We're looking for recordings right now, but if you look for recordings of passengers that were on the Titanic, these are eyewitnesses' reports. They state that they heard a massive bass drop. So hard, they started dancing for a minute and hollering. And people were throwing their hands in the air. But once the ship started to tilt, they said that they knew that it it was something far worse. None of them knew that it was actually one of the hardest drops ever built. This is what they were trying to... It was just incredible, folks. They were going to build nuclear submarines out of this technology. Thank God they learned their lesson there. Can you imagine a nuclear drop? Blow the whole ocean up. Make a huge mess. Be nothing else. Nothing left. You know what would survive, though? Well, it would survive the Titanic sinking and one of the greatest drops. I gotta mention it again, folks. It's the Brain Pump Pro. Now, you could go on the website and get the Brain Pump Pro now, and you can also order the Brain Pump Pro Mini. We've got the Brain Pump Pro Swedish, or the Swedish Brain Pump Pro, and then the Brain Pump Pro Mini. Now, the Mini is USB powered. It has a little battery inside. You can take it with you on the go. Let's say you're busy. You don't have time to pump your brain. You're at the airport. You got to go. Take the Brain Pump Pro Mini with you. Maybe you don't want it. You want to check your regular Brain Pump Pro or your Swedish Brain Pump in your baggage, but you never know when you need to pump your brain and you're on the plane or you're in the airport. Bring the Mini with you. They won't stop you. It's harmless, except to children under the age of 12. It's extremely dangerous. Keep it as far away as you can. I cannot stress that enough. Please, not meant for, oh God, no. I use the Brain Pump Pro pretty constantly. I've been using it this whole time that we've been talking. It's great. I feel much more alert and stronger. I feel like I could pump my brain all night. I might do that tonight. Later on, I might just put some music on and just pump my brain real hard with the Swedish Brain Pump Pro. Almost lost it. Almost. But I'm very excited about the Brain Pump Pro Mini, too. So I might alternate. I don't know. It's kind of a crazy night. We'll see. But I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to talking to you guys again. Another little piece of history. The Titanic, one of our greatest lies ever told by the digitals. The lamestream media telling you these lies that it was sunk by an iceberg in salty water. Come on. We're not that dumb. We all know the truth. They were transmitting a secret drop that the UK was sharing with the US to defeat the lizard people. Because that was a war you didn't hear either. We'll go into that another time. But they were transferring it, and the drop dropped, apparently, and sunk the Titanic, ripped it right in half, destroyed everything. Terrible story, terrible tragedy that you are lied to in history about this. If you pH balance your brain cells with the CV Bracelet while using the Pump Pro, you are in for an experience. Sorry, I had a hard time reading that. I wanted to read the last words. That's a good point. Yeah, I've got them on right now. I'm getting my one engraved too, but that's great. The CV, you can't mess around with the CV bracelets. They're fantastic, and they show your support for the CVs. You got to let those people know that we're behind you, people. Us analog warriors, we support you. And with every CV bracelet sold, 2% of every penny goes towards this Make a CV Wish Foundation. That's right. Every 2 cents of every tenth of a penny goes to the Make a CV Wish Foundation. That's bringing special wishes to terminally synth-craved people and giving them, that gear that they said they needed in order to write the album. The album that they've been talking about that they won't write or do any type of work at all on. We help get them that stupid piece of gear and then show how they still can't write the music, and they were using that as a lame excuse the whole time. We make those wishes come true so we can go, ha ha, right in their face. It's a beautiful beautiful foundation. It's something I'm very proud to be a part of. I tell you, I cry every time. Oh my gosh, I'm doing it again. I'm crying. I cry every time with the Make a CV Wish Foundation. It's incredible, folks. All right. Your CV Bracelet, stainless steel, and the XYZ inputs. That's fantastic. It's fantastic. Well, guys, I really appreciate you sharing these truths about the Titanic and the importance of getting the CV bracelets, going to SynthFoWARS.com and getting those. That's great. I'm going to go ahead and let Sid take over again real quick. I got to get out of here, to be honest with you. I feel like the heat is closing in, but definitely get the... It could be the brain pump, though. I maybe have been using it for a little too long. I may have brain pumped myself too long. Is that possible? I've had problems before, so it only makes sense. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a minute here. Let me put some jams on. Let's put that song I really liked earlier. I said play. Ooh, that was weird. There we go. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Keep making those truths. Go to the SynthFoWARS. Go to the Discord. Go into the chat. Talk about the truth. Get it out there. We need to let people know. We can't let those digitals fool us anymore. I'm Analog Jones. I'll see you next time, guys.